everybody. Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord, Jesus is God. Hey, this is your boy, Legend Muyui, back for another playthrough of Mass Effect. One of my favorite games. Some content I don't like, but hey, until I'm making my own games and making the Christian games, I really can't complain. Alright, I actually forgot what I was doing last. I have no idea. I know we spoke with Shiara. I think that's her name. Oh, okay, alright. So I think Helena Blake, older woman, that older woman charm, sent us off to kill or destroy her people whom she no longer wants to do business with because they're evil. Okay, so I need to go to the far side. Am I lost? Really? I haven't been lost in a video game in ages. There it goes. I don't know why I didn't see it. Let's do that. Took out one of the targets, and so we would have to take out the second target. How was everyone's week? I hope it was good. My week was good. At work, I'm going to be going back to my normal standard work, so that'll be nice. Let's see. Okay, we got some codex stuff. 210.2. That's readable stuff. Unreadable stuff. Let's get through the unreadable stuff first. Humanity Alliance. I guess it's genetic engineering. In the 22nd century, manipulation of the human genome became commonplace. Techniques of genetic engineering advanced to the point where the rich could custom build fetuses that grew into stronger, smarter, and more attractive adults. In more permissive regions, custom designed life forms and uplifted animals occupied an ill-defined niche between property and sapient beings. Travel to planets with unique forms of life brought an awareness that Earth's unique biodiversity could be lost if spliced and hybridized to gain useful alien qualities. The Subhan-Wolcott Genetic Heritage Act was passed by the Systems Alliance Parliament in 2161. It imposed sharp restrictions on controversial use of genetic engineering, but provided government subsidies for beneficial applications, of course. Screening and therapy. Most governments provided free assessments and corrective therapies for genetic diseases and prospective parents. This has nearly eliminated everything from cystic fibroids to nearsightedness. Oh, I could benefit from that. The early screening and therapy is performed, the more comprehensive the results. The earlier screening and therapy is performed, the more comprehensive the results. Though ideally performed on artificially fertilized zygotes in the lab, procedures are available for embryos in the womb and newborns out of respect for personal beliefs. I don't see, everyone's trying to include everything in there, and that's not good. Some personal beliefs does not condone this, or you even see this there. So for them to use it is just stupid. Enhancements. Improvement on natural human abilities is legal, but adding new abilities is not. Treatment to improve strength, reflexes, mental acuity, or appearance are permitted. Adding a tail or the ability to digest cellulose is not. Some genetic enhancements is provided for free to Alliance military recruits, but the average citizen must pay for the privilege. The process can take years to reach fruition in an adult. Engineering and artificial hybridization of genes from compatible non-human species with human genetic code is illegal. Creation of designed life is broadly legal and mainly used for terraforming and medical application, but sentient creatures are heavily regulated, and creatures of sapient life is outlawed by both the Systems Alliance and the Citadel Council. Interesting. Alien Council races, the Turian Unification War. About the time the Solarians and Asari were forming the Council, the Turian were embroiled in a bitter civil war. The Unification War, as it was later named, began with hostilities between the colonies furthest from the Turian homeworld, Paladin. These colonies were run by local chieftains, many of whom had distanced themselves from the hierarchy. Without the galvanizing influence of the government, and the colonies became increasingly isolated and xenophobic. Colonists began wearing emblems or face markings to differentiate themselves from members of other colonies, and open hostility became common. When the war finally broke out, the hierarchy maintained strict diplomacy and refused to get involved. After several years of fighting, less than a dozen factions remained, and the hierarchy finally intervened. By that time, the chieftains were too weak to resist. They were forced to put an end to fighting and renew their allegiance to the hierarchy. Although peace was restored, it took several decades for animosity between colonists to fade completely. To this day, most Turians still wear the facial markings from their home colonies. As a point of interest, the Turian term bareface refers to one who is beguiling or not to be trusted. It is also a slang term for politicians. Barefaced. That's pretty cool. This would have been also be a cool point of interest for a video game. Yeah, they should do it. Let's start with the non-alien council races.
In the early... The Hanar are a citadel species known for excessive politeness. They speak with scrupulous precision and take offense at improper language. Hanar that expect to deal with other species take special courses to help them unlearn their tendency to take offense at improper speech. All Hanar have two names. The face name is known to the world. The soul name is kept for use among close friends and relations. Hanar never refer to themselves in the first person in conversation with someone they know on a face name basis. To do so is considered egotistical, so instead they refer to themselves as this one, or the impersonal it. Their homeworld, Kaje, has 90% ocean cover and orbits an energetic white star, resulting in a permanent blanket of cloud. Due to the presence of Prothean ruins on the world, many Hanar worship them, and Hanar myths often speak of an elder race that civilized them by teaching them language.
So this is interesting. I'm not even sure in the series of these games through the Hanar call themselves by their soul name, or don't use the third person when speaking. Also, I believe that in the Andromeda there's no mention of Hanar or Elcor or Volus, which I think it's just sad. They're cool species, but they just like left them out of Andromeda to bring in a new alien race, which was like, okay, I guess.
50,000 years. Though now extinct, the Rachni once threatened every species in Citadel space. Over 2,000 years ago, explorers foolishly opened a mass relay to a previously unknown system and encountered something never seen before or since, a species of spacefaring insects guided by a hive mind intelligence. Unfortunately, the Rachni were not peaceful, and the galaxy was plunged into a series of conflicts known as the Rachni Wars. Attempts to negotiate were futile, as it was impossible to make contact with the hive queens that guided the race from beneath the surface of their toxic home world. The emergence of the Krogan ended the Rachni Wars. Bred to survive the harshest environments, the Krogan were able to strike at the queens in their lairs and reclaim conquered Council worlds. But when Krogan fleets pressed them back to their homeworld, the Rachni refused to surrender, and the Krogan eradicated them from the galaxy.
Like I said, that would be an interesting game in itself within the Mass Effect series. Also, I would like to know how close or apart are the Rachni from the Thresher Mauls, being that they both burrow underground. Anyway, we hostile take Helena Blake. Alright, so we eliminated one crime lord. We need to go to the other one. I'm not exactly sure where we're at, but we're about to find out. We're about to head back up to the Normandy, take off and see which galaxy we're in, so that we can know where we need to go. Yeah, look at that pure dark chocolate right there. Interesting enough, I really like dark-skinned people. I really do. Whether they're Indian, they got really dark skin, or any other nationality that has dark skin. So this is an Hades Gamma. Okay. So Gemini Sigma. Okay. And the Asian culture. I love the Asian culture. Japanese, oh my goodness, I'm in love with every Japanese person in this world. I'm not exactly sure why. It's just something about the Japanese culture that when I found it, I just love. I just straight up just love this. Something about them. Okay, Patatanless. It's an interesting name. Patatanless. Yeah, it's not going off my tongue, so I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna call it Patatan. Could be it. Patatanless. I'm gonna go with that. Patatanless is a large rock world with an unusually thin atmosphere of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. The frigid world's crust contains extensive deposits of uranium and occasionally loads of naturally occurring plutonium. With a total mass more than 3 times that of Earth. Patatanless should have a significantly thicker atmosphere. This unusual feature has flagged it's an unworthy has flagged it as worthy of scientific investigation, but the need for expensive amounts of radiation shields has deterred interest. They have an orbital period of an extremely long time, 297.4 Earth years. This is the B1 orbital period. Has a radius of a whopping 89.23K. The day length is 36 hours of Earth's. I'll take any day that's a little bit longer than Earth's. Atmospheric pressure is 0.06 of Earth, so that's not good. And it's freezing at a negative 174 Celsius. Surface gravity is greater than Earth's. All right, cool. We can become like Super Saiyan-ish. 2.8 Gs. Survey it. We found a light metal. Scans from above have detected a large deposit of beryllium. All right, let's zoom out. And we're going to go to As a gas hydrogen helium gas giant, Farkrothu is only distinguished by its moons. Several dozen of them have been sculpted into the likeness of the arthropodal alien race not known yet to the Council of Science. Radiometric dating suggests the moons were worked over half a billion years ago. Oh, this is just awesome. This is just something else that could be in there. You know, with Liara, I would just like to see, maybe not a full game, a partial game or any game of how the science of learning this stuff was actually done. I would like to see that, Orbital period is 112.1 Earth years. Radius is 66,014 kilometers. Day length is 8.4. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Orbital period is the time it takes to get around the star. Day length is the time it takes to rotate. This looks like where we would land, but it's not. Huntington is a jovial-sized gas giant with a standard hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Traces of methane gives the planet its distinct cobalt blue tint, which is awesome looking. Spectral analysis indicates its extensive ring system. It's mostly composed of ice crystals. Huntington has an exceptionally powerful magnetic field, which creates strong radio interference throughout the inner system. It has an orbital period of 31.8 Earth years. Has a radius of a whopping 73,733 kilometers. The day length is short at 16.7 Earth hours. Okay. Is this the one? Yeah, that looks like the one we played on. Paraben is a small, unremarkable rock world. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of calcium with deposits of aluminum. Paraben's low mass has left it tidally locked to the star pond. If there were any resources of value, mining stations would have established a relatively temperate twilight band. Orbital period is 0.8 Earth years. Radius is 4,839 kilometers. Day length is 0.5 of Earth's. Ooh, didn't get down with that at all. Atmospheric pressure is that's 12 hours. Atmospheric pressure is that nothing of Earth's? Surface temperature is too hot, 414 Celsius, and the gravity is half of Earth's. We're going to survey it. We found a matriarch's writing, recovered scans of Paraben reveals an unmanned station and geosynchronous orbit. Your salvage team found no evidence of the origin of the station, but they did find one of the matriarch Dilanaga's writing. Do we run into this person later on in the game? Do we run into all of the matriarchs? That'll be cool. I don't remember if we do. And then let's go here. So we can land. Yeah. Magma is a small rock and ice planet with a thin atmosphere of ammonia and methane. The surface is frozen and mainly composed of tin with deposits of potassium. The planet has a rudimentary ammonia-based life, mainly concentrated around geothermal vents deep underground. Severe storm cycles are common due to limited visibility. Navigation may be difficult. Orbital period is 42.3 Earth years. Radius is 4,906 kilometers. Day length is 52.8 Earth hours. I can get down with that. Atmospheric pressure is 0.82 Earths. And but the surface temperature is is that absolute zero? No, it's near. I think it's like -2 something, 200 and something. Minus 124 Celsius. Surface gravity is 0.8 of Earth, so we would be lighter here. We're gonna land. I'm gonna take Tali and I'll take Liara. Accept that. Do that. And while that happens, turn off the heat. It's not roasting. Once again, I just love that animation. This looks so cool and cinematic. Alright, so we got two places. This is the Syndicate's hideout. This is the debris. Oops. Back up. I'm going to go to the debris first. On a night's flight. So good. Gotta give me my workout afterwards. Looks like a Thrusher Mall may come out. This is kind of flat. We'll find out. We'll see. Or not. Around this bin. Oh. Oh man, I hope my electronics is good enough. Yep. Okay. Moving on to check a look. Alright, cryo and fusion. We're gonna take all of that. Get back in there. Set our map to a new destination. I got a question for you. Why do some people believe that they're Christian? Let me ask that. Why do some people who do not follow Christ's teaching think they are Christian? You can't redefine Christianity. Technically, you can't redefine anything. You really have to call it something else. People want their own spin on things, but certain things, once it's done, you can't redefine it. A lot of people want to redefine Christianity if they come off pretty much oxymoron. It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't happen. It can't be done that way. How do I get up here?
I'm on my way.
Alright, yeah. I just thought about something. I did not do the stuff with Liara since I got her, so I really need to yeah. So we want all of your scientific power. Let's do some good first aid. Throwing, I want to get her lift, because lift is kind of OP. And we are going to have her really be good with lifting. Yeah, that's good. Anything for me, anything for Tali? Yeah. All right. Okay. We are? Okay. I have no idea what was going on with that. All right. So, no, go there we are.
Engaging target. I'm better now.
Elbow. There's a snake in my boots. crime lord defeated. That's both of them. No doubt Helena Blake will be overjoyed to learn that these two scum are no longer a problem. Okay.
All clear.
So hostile takeover. Go to the Fortuna system, and the Horsehead Nebula and meet Helena Blake to claim your reward. Okay, we're going to the Horsehead Nebula. It's an interesting name. This sounds weird. We're going to the Horsehead Nebula. It actually does sound like it will take a long time to get there. So this game kind of like makes time seem like, you know, you only deal with the action. It would be kind of interesting just to, if they had something like something small, just to be like, from like 2 days or something like that to get somewhere. That would be kind of interesting. Kind of put this game in perspective as to what happens, because I believe the last run, well, at least on Mass Effect 2, I believe when you're going to that last new relay, I think it's like 2 hours it takes you to get there. And so, you know, we're going through all of this stuff. Alright, Horsehead Nebula is where? Let's kill the bird. Okay, so we're supposed to go to here. Hard data on Wintania is very limited. When the system was charted by the Alliance survey, Coupe, on a small unmanned flyby probe, only a small unmanned flyby probe was spared for the distant world. There's a small rock and ice planet with a trace atmosphere of krypton and sulfur dioxide. Nobody's more detailed survey suggests the frozen terrestrial may be a suitable target for mining. While it is largely water ice, mapping of mass concentration suggests it has a core of pure aluminum. Orbital period is 82.2 Earth years, radius of 31.98 kilometers. Day length is more than Earth's 3.25 Earth hours. The atmospheric pressure is 0.03 of Earth's atmosphere. The surface temperature is closer to absolute zero, minus 237 degrees Celsius, and gravity is almost nil, 0.2 Gs. That's where we need to go, so let's go to our last. Magnus. Magnus is a rock terrestrial with an atmosphere of sulfur dioxide and trace amounts of helium. Scans reveal ancient lava plains on the surface, implying a geological active past. The crust consists of sulfur and basalts. Am I saying that right? But the planet's mass suggests a core or iron. I guess that's supposed to be of iron and heavier. A core or iron and heavier materials. Cursory drill coring suggests the possibility of simple subterranean life. Orbital period is 2.4 Earth years. Radius is 7,708 kilometers. Day length is 33.2 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure is 1.03 of Earth's. Surface temperature is still freezing. Looks like that would be hot, but it's still freezing at minus 150 Celsius, and it's a little bit stronger than Earth's at 1.1 G. We're going to survey it. We get a trillion insignia recovered. While scanning the planet Magnus, you discover the remains of a damaged research vessel. The beacon team, your recon team, found no signs of survivors, but they did bring back a Rollcam outpost insignia. I guess some of the stuff would be covered. I haven't looked at all of the Mass Effect comics, so some of the stuff could be explained there, which I would like to see it in a game form, but maybe I should just pick up the comics. What do you guys think? Probably the comics. What's that? Therunlon is a frigid world of thick nitrogen argon atmosphere. The crust consists of silicates and various unremarkable ores, but is surprisingly rich in phosphates. Since the atmosphere lacks free oxygen, the phosphates are relatively pure and could be of value in the manufacture fertilizers and incinerate ammunition. Orbital period is 31.4 Earth years. Radius is 5,492 kilometers. The day length is 69 hours. Atmospheric pressure is 17.11 of Earth's, and the surface temperature is still a freezing minus 134 Celsius, and has relatively low gravity, 0.7 Gs. Looks cool though. Looks really cool. We do a survey. We found a rare element. While scanning the planet, you detect a small but valuable deposit of plutonium. Okay. And we're about to hit ground side. I think I'm gonna take Rex with me on this one. Our Rainophiles. Marathon is a chilly rock world with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Its frozen surface consists largely of light titanium and aluminum oxides, with deposits of thorium and other heavier metals. Located in the deep crust, Marathon was named by the human poet Sophia Cobro during her tour of duty aboard the Alliance survey ship Coop. Under the dim light of the red dwarf Fortuna, the surface of this world is lit in rich twilight blue and purples, even at midday. Over the period is 12 Earth years. The radius is 6,694 kilometers. Day length is a nice 59.7 Earth hours. We get a lot done in more time. Atmospheric pressure is 1.19 Earth's atmosphere. The surface temperature is still freezing, minus 178 Celsius, but the gravity is a little bit higher at 1.16 Gs. Okay, so we're going to take Tali and we're going to take Rex because we need some firepower. I don't really remember some of these side missions. And that looks nice. Okay, alright, so we got a lot of stuff that's here. I'm gonna get whatever this is right over the bridge. This is probably gonna take a while to get out. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's see what we got on this map. This is where we're at. This is debris. Okay, so we're going to come here first. Closest. Houston out. Wow, this is kind of hilarious because if this was real, you know, somebody is actually doing this in real life, they would be super cautious. If anything happens, they're out there on their own. This looks like it might be fighting. Oh, it's not. What are the servers? Stop. Find out. Ooh, salvage probe. We're going to begin. Bypass. Cool. Toxic seals, anti-personnel rounds. Alright. We got that taken care of. We're going to move to this anomaly. And we're going to keep it moving. Exactly up here. Alright. That wasn't too steep. We're going through this. Oh, look. This thing's like a big Tonka truck. I think those would be remember Tonka trucks. Like metal toys for young men. As destructive as possible with those things. They just didn't break. Alright, we are going to cover ancient debris. Turian insignia recovered. You found an intricate beading necklace marked with the Goltana colony insignia. It appears to be very old. Alright, that got me some a level up. It's pretty good. Alright, and we're about to see if we're going to do the trade or not. Boy, I forgot. Oh, I don't think I've ever mentioned it. So, my name, where it came from. So, Legend Muyui, I took the portion of legend that means the story of a saint. And I created a word, I believe I created a word. I did see it somewhere else, kind of more like in the Latin cultures. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but, you know, I still figured I made it. It means Muyui. Muyui is a word that I believe I made, and I gave the meaning to the point of perfection. So Legend Muyui is the story of a saint to the point of perfection. Okay, so we're in a base. Hopefully this goes well.
Hello again, Commander Shepard. I owe you a debt of gratitude. With my former partners dead, this syndicate is now mine. I could not have done it without you.
I killed them because they deserve it. Now I'm placing you under arrest.
Surely you don't think that necessary. Under my leadership, this organization will restrict itself to gambling and smuggling illegal technologies. These crimes are hardly worth your time. If you press the issue, my assistants are very well equipped to deal with you.
What? I guess I can't do this. I want to place under arrest. I don't really want to kill her because I don't think she's going to go down quietly. We're not fine at all. A law being broken is a law being broken. Yes, it's not murdering someone, but it's still a law being broken. So she wants me to turn a blind eye to a small law being broken, and I can't do that. And telling her to stay clean when she told me that she's going to be smuggling illegal technologies, and gambling. So, unfortunately, we'll see where this takes us.
So am I, man. If you won't come peacefully, I'll have no choice.
A pity. Neutralize the Spectre!
What is this?
Take cover!
What is this?
I'm a little busy here.
Yeah, you ain't doing much. What? I can't get in here. What kind of foolishness? Shoot. Kill something? Yo, this is like we just can't get. This is. I don't like this. Can I go back in? You got to be kidding me.
Go, go, go!
How? Really? This. Okay, guys. We are going to see if we can do some actual
But they're clear.
justice. So we are going to load. And maybe this might do something to clear it up. Because that shield's not coming down. Nope. That's sad. Oh well. Tactical armor. Oh, I can. Fitness. Medium armor. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Two, 3, and throat? Yeah, I am a biotic. I don't like that. It's really bad. Tolerance, get your decryption up to max. And eventually you're hacking. We'll get you the shotguns afterwards. Rex, you can finish being a tank. And we'll get your barrier. Alright, so that's up. Let's see. Realease. Speak to Kahoku. Appropriate data disk. Running server team. These are things that I'm looking for. So we can. Don't got much time. We're going to begin. You know, Barry. So, unfortunately, I don't know what's going on. I can't do anything here. So we're going to leave planet. Hopefully, I can come back to it later on if I remember, and we can take care of that. Well, let's take a look at Novaria. So we're going to go to another system. Shoot over here real quick. 47 days later. Shrog is a small but typical hydrogen and helium gas giant whose orbit lies quite close to the star. It is unusual for a star with a close orbital gas giant to have a habitable world. Shrog is Pax's only gas giant, but its temperature, powerful winds, and high orbital velocity makes it a poor candidate for helium-free mining. While Novaria enjoys plentiful deuterium for its fusion plants, it imports all of its helium-3 from out system. Orbital period is 0.2 Earths. It is a giant 32,285 kilometers. Day length is 13.4 Earths. Morana, nice sounding name. Morana is an icy planetoid smaller than Earth's moon. Many planetary geologists suspect it was once an Oort cloud, ice dwarf, which migrated inward after an encounter with some other body. While the crust is frozen water ice, deeper layers are mostly silicates with pockets of magnesium and aluminum. Morana is tidally locked to Pax. The same side always faces the sun. Orbital distance is 6.3 AU. Astronomical units. Astronomical, no. I forgot. Astrological units. Orbital period is 17.7 Earth years. Radius is 1,089 kilometers. Day length is 17.7 Earths. Atmospheric pressure is nothing in Earths. Surface temperature is a staggering minus 158 G's. And the surface gravity is 0.01. Believed to be because of the question mark. I think there's one more that, hold up. I think there's one more that we can move over to. Novaria. Velez has a thin atmosphere of xenon and krypton. Most other materials have frozen and fallen as snow. Its surface is composed of potassium with deposits of magnesium. While investigating the primitive anaerobic life of Realease, binary helix surveys teams discovered a cunningly hidden anchorage of the ancient Krogan world. Many records and artifacts of the Krogan rebellions were recovered and sold at auction. The empty base is now abandoned. The orbital distance is 24.5 AU, orbital period is 136.3 Earth years, radius is 7,547 kilometers, day length is 62.0 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure is 0.07 Earth's atmosphere, and the surface temperature is a staggering minus 220 Celsius. But the surface gravity is 1.7 Gs. We surveyed to find a matriarch's right. Recovered scans of the planet Realease reveals a small abandoned vessel. Your salvage team brought the ship on board and dismantled it, whereupon they discovered one of matriarch Delaga's writings. Do we run into this person? Delaga's matriarch. I'm thinking Solarian, no, sorry. Novaria is a small frozen telestial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately charted by the Novarian Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Novaria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories. Colony founded in 2163, population is 361,400. Capital is Port Hanshang, that's where we're going. Orbital distance is 0.9 AU, orbital period is 0.9 Earth years, radius is 56 kilometers, day length is 52 of Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure is 0.87 Earth atmosphere. Surface temperature, it's not that bad, minus 1 Celsius. And the gravity is 0.81 of Earth's. So, because...
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Sarcasm. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the arrow, and I'm gonna take Caden. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Caden and Liara.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
That won't be air views.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it here after I go ahead and buff up Caden. Let's make his throw super beefy. Because when he throws somebody, I don't want him to get back up. And then we're gonna work on his decryption. I may find some decryption stuff here. Let's just max that all out. And since he's a bot, let's make him take some heavy damage by not taking any damage. The arrow, we already did hers. right there. And you guys, you know what I say. This is your last piece of entertainment, which I do hope it is. I hope that you'll take this time to do something more beneficial for yourself, whether it's working out, working on making a video game instead of playing one, working on making a movie instead of watching one, working on animations instead of watching animations, working on making music instead of just listening to music. Whatever it is, if you have a hobby, work on it. Do something to benefit you before this weekend is over with. And as always, this is your boy, Legend Muyui, out.